Nestled near the slope of Table Mountain and the edge of the CBD is the Oranjezicht City Farm in Cape Town, which is growing produce along with residents' interest in gardening.
The Oranjezicht City Farm was started by a small group of volunteers who were interested in making a difference in the neighborhood in which we live. We had a farmer who just loved to grow things and wanted to do that in an urban environment. We had another volunteer who was very active in the neighborhood watch and was trying to build a healthy and safe community. And for me, it was because I had a son and wanted to raise my child in a neighborhood that had growing vegetables and a natural space that he could be comfortable in, and that also involved neighbors in collective effort to make the neighborhood we lived in a better place.
The goals of the farm include providing more nutritious produce to the community, serve as an education resource to city-dwelling farmers, and develop skills.
This was Old Bowling Green. It was the site of the original farm dating back to 1709. And we thought it would be incredible if we could restore this old bowling green that was disused to what it was before, a farm. And that farm produced healthy vegetables and fruit for the growing colony in the Cape. And we were all concerned that our children should know where their food came from. They should understand how to grow their own food. They should understand the cycles of the weather and the climate. They should understand more about the environment. We should rather pay the farmer to make us healthy than pay the doctor to make us better.
The farm isn't just about growing vegetables. It also serves as an additional green space in the area so children and families can enjoy the outdoors.
The Oranjezicht City Farm is run entirely by volunteers. We have 4 assistant farmers that we employ. Volunteers are lovely, but when the weather is terrible, volunteers might not show up. When the weather is great, they might go to the beach, or if mom needs to go to the hospital or something, there are other things that come up. And one bad day on the farm, you can lose half your crop. So we hire people to come and do the work, and there are people who are formerly unemployed and they're acquiring skills. So they're benefiting from skill development, from obviously the wages and those kinds of things. They also get vegetables as part of their compensation over and above their wages. We run educational programs. We have volunteers who plant and weed and turn compost heaps, those sorts of things. And then we run a market on Saturday mornings where we sell the produce that we grow. But the demand is so great that we bring in organic produce from other farms in the area. We have the direct beneficiaries of the food, but we also have our neighborhood community that benefits from having a place to go on a weekly basis, meet their neighbors, and participate.
The weekly market hosted by the City Farm provides necessary continuous working income, which pays for the permanent employees and some supplies.
We're an organic farm, so not only do we not spray, but we also use heirloom seed. So that seed is seed that is open pollinated. It means that it will give us true seed the next time round, so we collect our own seed here. And it's heirloom varieties of vegetables. So it's vegetables that have been passed down from generation to generation. They're no longer commercially grown. And we companion plant. So we try and mix our tomatoes with our carrots so that each of the plants is a natural pesticide for the other plant.
You can start your own garden at home, but there's great reward in joining forces as a community and turning a neglected green space into a small farm.
I've been involved for 14 months and it's been an amazing growth, personal journey of gaining knowledge, building wonderful relationships with people. The spin-offs have been absolutely unexpected. It's been wonderful.
For people that want to do this at home, they should start small and don't give up. You will have some ups and downs, but you just don't give up.
My advice to anyone who wants to start their own project, first of all, start where you live. It doesn't have to be a big project, but just put a pot of herbs or a few beans and see what it's like and experience the joy of watching things grow and being able to eat it. And for those that are a bit more ambitious and want to have the kind of project where they live, I would encourage them to find a group of like-minded people. They'll need to find a piece of ground where they know who the landlord is or who the owner is and have secure access to it, and be in it for the long term. It's wonderful, you'll get it started, you'll attract people to you, and it's very rewarding for the whole journey. So the important thing is to get started.
A bit of patience and green fingers is all you need to create something with great rewards. The Siakana initiative was created by a team from Wits University to address major social problems in Johannesburg by creating sustainable vegetable gardens in the inner city communities. It addresses food security issues and rehabilitates decaying environments.
This was a dump site, and happily we have converted this dump site into now a productive garden that feeds really hundreds and hundreds of people, on the one hand from the produce, but also serves as a basis for sharing skills, for doing research, and for encouraging a wide range of different disciplines in terms of addressing the very complex issue of food security, which is a major problem in South Africa. What has been a very encouraging aspect of this project is, for example, our own gardeners, all of whom came from very poor educational backgrounds. Almost everyone was previously unemployed, and a number of years later they've got the skills, they've got the knowledge, they've got a purpose, they've got the confidence to be able to share that information with others.
With this project going forward into the future is to see it being a resource center which serves as a model to the community where people can come, have look and learn tours, have trainings or forms of capacity building, and then they go and implement what they have learned from here to where they are.
A key aspect of our garden is making our own compost. This is very important because many gardens depend on fertilizer, which is very expensive and is considered a major driver for the food prices, which seem to continue to get higher and higher. So this is an important part of a garden to ensure its sustainability.
In addition to employing basic gardening methods, the Siakana project enhances their gardens with affordable, environmentally friendly products that care for the earth.
We have got a very innovative solar system here which allows our staff to actually have a shower, and it was only last week that we asked one of our staff if he was able to have a hot shower, so that even in the winter the system is working. It uses just 2-litre Coke bottles with milk cartons that have been painted black, and so we are able to provide a hot water system in an environment where there is no other hot water.
Using their permaculture garden as a blueprint, the project aims to plant similar gardens in communities around the country, empowering young people with valuable skills.
When we looked at the schools, one of the things they found out was that their dentures were not up to scratch, partly because of the diets they have. That is how now we said, why don't we look at the diet part of the students, and hence we went and trained the teachers and worked with the students and initiated a food garden. Our approach was to make them enjoy the garden, and in enjoying the garden they probably will love to see things grow, and hopefully they'll take it up as a career. Previously in schools, gardening has been used as some form of punishment, but we turned it around and said it can be a fun thing.
Encouraging children to embrace a more active lifestyle has given learners the opportunity to engage with nature and learn through hands-on experience.
They have learned a lot because most of them, they are growing up in flats whereby they cannot deal with the soil. Now, with Siakana, they showed them the types of the soil, what plants can be used. We have already started feeding the school. And last year we used to send some of the food to the parents to see what their children are doing at school. In future, we want to at least supply the whole community because they need that help. They are sleeping without food. So with this project, if it can go faster, I think we can see something better.